the United States is set to witness midterm elections in a few days, weeks even, not in fact weeks, few days. And news reports suggest that Team Trump will be looking very closely at this result to launch its 2024 election campaign right after that. That's what is the talk. Now, viewers, let's get a sense of where things stand. Let's speak to one of the closest aides to President Trump, and I'm talking about Hallab Shaali Kumar, who is also one of the biggest donors to Trump. And as you can see, right behind him, he has a photograph of President Trump. And of course, viewers, we all know that the president, the former president of the United States, who is going to make that run again, is obviously someone very popular in this country. So let's speak to Hallab Shaali Kumar about these prospects, about what we can expect. Thank you very much for speaking to me tonight. I just want to ask you this. As one of Trump's top champions, supporters, donors, you wear many hats when it comes to Mr. Trump. Is this really now the point that perhaps Mr. Trump is going to tell us right after these elections whether he is a candidate again or not?
Rahul, he's definitely a candidate. He is going to run. Our community wants him to run. Hindus very strongly favor him. And so it's just the timing. It's after the elections, whether it's November 10th or whether it's November, December, after the Christmas, or January, after the new Senate takes over. So, timing is questionable, but he has indicated to me personally, as well as to in a lot of meetings, that he is running. Now, of course, the opposition would like to stop him. They have weaponized the Justice Department. So they are trying to stop him, just like in 2014 or 2013, Congress was trying to stop Narendra Modi, to run for prime minister. So they're going to try to stop him, but he's going to run and he's going to have a big victory.
Okay, so let me ask you this. You're the founder of the Republican Hindu Coalition. Could you tell us how relevant is this question of the Hindu identity with regards to American politics? And if it is, why? Also, I remember you telling me that Hindu voters could play a very significant role. And in fact, President Trump has also indicated so. How is that? And also, Donald Trump has endorsed this idea of building a Hindu Holocaust memorial in Washington, D.C. Now, by doing so, by pitching himself so closely to the Hindu cause, what about the rest of the Indian community? That's also a very influential community. Is he risking alienating Sikhs, Muslims, Christians, so many more Indians who have actually settled in the United States, who are playing such a stellar role in contributing to America?
Rahul, you have asked too many questions, a compound question, when we say here, but I'll try to do the best I can here. First of all, we say Hindus and Indian. It's not, it's inclusive. The reason we say primarily Hindus is because we cannot exclude the Hindus from Nepal, from Sri Lanka, from Caribbean, from Africa, from Europe, and from US itself. So Hindus is a broader term. There are more Hindus overall in the United States than Indian Americans. So Hindu Americans are about 6 million, and Indian Americans are 4.5 million. So you don't want to exclude 1.5 million Hindus from other countries. So that's just a fact issue. Okay, now you said that he has aligned himself. Well, let's say second question. The Hindu vote is going to be the deciding vote for many of your viewers. You may not realize that 2016 election was decided by just 75,000 votes in the upper Midwest. Because of U.S. electoral system, that's how it happens. So Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, these states, and they are won or lost by 50,000 votes or so, and that decides the election. Same way now, Trump endorsed candidates here, and that is the states of Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, in this case, New Hampshire, and also Kentucky is fairly solid, but Wisconsin and New Hampshire and Pennsylvania are in the play. But this time around, Arizona is also in the play, and Nevada is in the play. So as a first step, we have President Trump's endorsed candidates. They for U.S. Senate. U.S. Senate is the most powerful body in the world, and that is going to change the trajectory of where United States is headed towards right now, because Biden and Democrats have totally reversed the Trump policy in domestic policy, on immigration, on inflation is going through the roof. 401ks have become 201ks, almost 30-40% loss. Very, very bad for Hindu Americans, Indian Americans, and so overall economy, as far as the foreign policy is concerned, it's unbelievable. That is, you never thought that you could go worse than Hillary Clinton, but Biden. I mean, normally he's a moderator. He's not that extreme, but he has taken completely anti-Bharat, anti-India policy, and we are going to have a red wave. We are going to win pretty good.
Okay, but let me ask you on this. This is an important point. Hallab Shaali Kumar, let me just ask you on this, because you're talking about the Biden administration going against India. But someone will argue that it's been very pragmatic. Before he went into the campaign in 2020, I agree with you, took a rather critical stand on Jammu and Kashmir vis-a-vis alleged human rights violation. But there has been no real significant change. When Prime Minister Modi met him, all these issues didn't really figure. So what's the advantage? The United States' foreign outlook towards India now has sort of fructified and ossified into sort of a permanence, a deeper understanding, what many people call a strategic natural alliance. So how will Trump returning change
this? Rahul, you have to really look at the inside. I'm pretty close to the inside, so I know. Why does President Biden have difficulty calling Rishi Sunak, and he calls him Rashid Sunak? Why? Because you have his inner circle which is determining the policy in South Asia is headed by Salman Ahmed, a Pakistani American. All his people under Salman Ahmed are people that are Kashmiri separatists. So they want to merge the state of Jammu and Kashmir in what they call Azad Kashmir. So they want to merge that in Pakistan. That's why they want to always complain about human rights violations, and that's all they're talking about. Yes, there is an inertia for a stronger U.S.-India relationship, but if Salman Ahmed had his way, he will turn it back to 1980s, 1990s.
Okay, but I agree with you on the fact that President Trump was definitely more critical of Pakistan. I do remember him having a meeting with the former Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan. And if you remember, President Trump made a statement on mediation, etc., and that really created ripples. He also described Imran Khan as his friend, and that also sort of raised eyebrows. I agree with you that in the last few months there has been a wrinkle where the Biden administration approved a whopping $450 million F-16 fighter jet fleet sustainment program in favor of Pakistan. But, India has also not done America's bidding, so to speak, when it comes to Ukraine, Russia, etc., etc. So one can understand that give and take happens. But President Trump also sort of extended an olive branch to Pakistan.
Rahul, what you have to do is to look at the real actions. Just look at what he did with foreign aid to Pakistan. Cut it to zero. RSC had been successful in the last 10 years, reducing it to half through Congress. But President Trump, as a candidate, Trump promised me before RSC endorsed him that, because that's a very important issue to me, to us. I'm from Punjab, have seen many wars. So I wanted to know candidate Trump and then President Trump's position, what he would do with foreign aid to Pakistan. So, words, yes, yeah. When he's talking to diplomats or prime ministers, he's going to say yes. He has to say, yeah, I'm your friend and so forth. But you look at the actions. No other president of the United States came as close to declaring Pakistan as a terror state as President Trump has. And just in this last Diwali function on October 21st, he took a further step. I've been talking to him quite a bit in the last 9 months, and he became a lot more educated on the Hindu Holocaust. Not very many Americans are aware of it. President Trump, when he became aware as to what has happened over the last 1,000 years or 800 years, time frame, historians have different time frames on it, that at least 50 million, the numbers go from anywhere from 50 million to 200 million. So he was very interested in knowing what was happening. I mean, He knew only radical Islam of the last 25, 30 years, but not the history of India. When he learned about that, and we had a lot of deep conversations, and what the president said, I think it's a great idea.
So let me ask you. In a 2017 interview, you were quoted as saying, we picked Modi 14 months before he was a candidate, and we picked Trump 14 months before the Republican Party did. What led you to pick both these individuals, and what attracts you to both these individuals?
Well, first, let's start with Prime Minister Modi. I was born to a freedom fighter, and, someday there'll be a Bollywood movie on it because a lot of directors are interested in it. So I was raised as a child, as a student of anti-corruption. So actually, I had started in Punjab University, an organization called NACO, National Anti-Corruption Organization. And when I was essentially introduced to Chief Minister Modi, I was seeing a man who was really, really into eliminating corruption. In fact, he just made an announcement just in the last couple of days that in order for India to become a world economy, number 2 economy in the world, he has to get rid of the entire bureaucratic corruption in India. So I was deeply attracted to him on that the stance he had taken. He had no personal interest. His family, a lot of times the family corrupts a leader. He had essentially no family, and he was committed to it. I mean, it hasn't gone that well, but he has tried many ways to eliminate corruption. My position is that if through India is very, very innovative, extremely innovative people. If we could get rid of this license Raj and Inspector Raj, India can skyrocket. Okay. And US and India could become great trading partners. Now, President Trump, as a businessman, he makes decisions very quickly. Even in the Republican side, if you will remember the previous candidates, whether it's John McCain or Mitt Romney, you take to them the same position. Would you be willing to sell natural gas to the United States? To India? Would you be willing to cut off foreign aid to Pakistan? all these policies. Oh, we will submit it to our board of advisors and then come back to you, and we'll let you know in a month or 2 months, and those 2 months never come. But President Trump, he's not a politician. For him, America first, and if it makes sense to sell advanced weapon systems to India, that is a closest friend in the region, why not?
Okay.
So
Pragmatism.
that's what attracts.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Hallab Shaali Kumar. We will know in a few days what happens. We'll be back with you. We'll speak with you again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rahul.